5 innocent protesters gunned down by government agents. The Boston Massacre. Tonight on Kentucky Fried Chronology.
Welcome back. I'm Bo.
And I'm Chuck.
We are your Kentucky Fried Chronologists. And I forgot how the show works. Chuck, save me.
Wow. Can't do the intro anymore.
Save me. Save the show. We've been sitting here drinking for 3 hours, man.
Yeah, we have been. Shit, it's 7 o'clock.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we've been.
Okay.
We need to do the show before we pass the fuck out, brother. Tell the good people what we're doing today.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize gin was a little bit rougher than.
Well, we got gin, bourbon,
London dry gin,
rum. We got all kinds of shit going on today.
Tonight on Kentucky Fried Chronology, we'll be going over the Boston Massacre, the build-up, the inevitable first shot, and the fallout. That was the word I was looking for.
It's like your favorite game. How do you forget that word?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. Just my brain.
You ruined it.
Anyway, so get us started. What's colonial America like in the lead up to the Boston Massacre?
In the years leading up to the Boston Massacre, which is March 5th, 1770.
There you go.
Am I right? Was I right? Editor, tell me if I'm right. But pretty sure that's right. But the years leading up to that is after the French and Indian War, the 7 Years' War, depending on if you're us or the British.
Right.
Where we fought the French with the British, and they've gone into debt, right? So in order to make some of their money back, the British government has started taxing us on weird shit like stamps and tea,
playing cards,
and and then the Townsend Act right before this happened was another one.
Yeah,
that they tried to push in on it. It was like for exports or imports or something. I can't remember. All I know is some importer guy who was like loyal to the British, got in a fight and got chased back to his house by a bunch of kids, and then he came out with a shotgun and peppered him with birdshot. But one of the kids was too fucking close and he killed him. Some 11-year-old kid. Sawyer.
Sawyer sounds right.
Editor, save me. But it was a big deal. Like 2,000 people showed up to his funeral. Like
I remember
bunch of your revolutionary people were there.
About this one, yeah.
People who became like generals and stuff later on. I think John Hancock was there.
I want to say didn't John Adams also attend this, or was
I'm pretty sure he did. But it was a big deal, and the people were pretty pissed. So the British send more troops to Boston to kind of calm things down, which does not work out very well, because what happens when you got a bunch of angry ass people and a bunch of soldiers who aren't making enough money?
Yeah, bribes.
Yeah, well, not
corruption.
Even not that, and just high tensions. These fucking soldiers that we got to put up here, we ain't even got the money to do it, and the soldiers are like, I ain't got enough money to pay anything. I got to go over here and get weird odd jobs from the townspeople who fucking hate me and shortchange me all the time.
Right.
So eventually this gets bad enough to where a group of soldiers are like walking around looking for work, and some guy yells out at him, he's like, hey, soldier, do you work? The guy's like, yeah, I work. And he's like, good. Why don't you go clean my shit house? Ooh, goes the crowd, right? Yeah. And his boys are like, are you going to let him fucking talk to you that goddamn way? Fuck no, I'm not going to let him talk to me that goddamn way. Big brawl happens. Like, big one. Sticks and stones and broken bones. Like, these guys go fucking hard. And other people start jumping in, and the soldiers are like, fuck, there's like 50 of them. We got to get out of here. So they retreat back to their barracks and shit, and then I think the town magistrate has to come out and be like, chill the fuck out, calm down.
I remember this one. The town, like what we would call a mayor, but they didn't have. Essentially,
we have magistrates around here. I don't really know what they do.
They are in charge. I remember this because Grandpa was one for a long time back, or for a little while there. They are in charge of maintaining local roads. like county and state roads.
Oh. They're not doing a very good job.
Yeah, I know. About as good a job as the rest of the government.
Though I guess they're given like a budget, and
yeah,
if
they're
they don't
probably
have
not
enough
given
money.
much,
They're like, "Well, I'll do what I can."
Remember, they also
it's not entirely their fault.
They probably got to spend a significant amount, like at least a solid third of that budget, probably just buying enough ice for the winter or the rock salt. Yeah, which that smart move. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I can't beat you up on that one.
Fucking ice storms we have every goddamn year.
Ice quakes. Yeah.
We're way off topic.
Yeah, we do get off topic. Sorry.
Whose fault was it this time? Was it yours or mine?
You asked about magistrates.
It's my fault,
and I happen to know.
It's my fault. So
a little bit both.
I asked the question. It's my fault. What were we talking about? Oh, the big brawl that just happened.
Yeah, the magistrate stops the brawl, thankfully, because that's one of those you really didn't want that to escalate. It was just going to get worse and worse.
Yeah.
So.
But man, we're going to breeze through this real quick. There's not a lot to get to fucking go through.
Well, it's established. Well, that's the thing about the Boston Massacre. You got to take time to establish the tension in the
air. Yeah, and I feel like I did that because I think that brawl happens like
week or two,
like 2 days before this actually happens. Yeah, it's like real. Or it might have been some incident with a wig shop. I don't know.
Yeah,
can you tell I did a lot of research on this?
We're totally. We're very confident.
I have a week to do research, and I have to edit these things, and I have another YouTube channel and a real job.
Good. You're doing good, buddy.
I'm trying really hard. So anyway, a few days after the big brawl happens, right, this Irish soldier from the 29th Regiment, 28th. One of those two.
Yeah.
Of British regulars, these guys aren't like raw recruits. Like these guys did action in Ireland and in different these guys are veteran soldiers, right?
They knew what they needed to do.
So they're not just gonna panic and just start firing off rounds. I want to make this is like brutal British disciplined infantrymen who like if his fucking socks are the wrong fucking height on his leggings, he's gonna get that shit beat out of him
when you're
by his staff sergeant.
When you're thinking regimented,
so
these guys are gonna
So all the later reports about them panicking, I don't fucking buy. But this poor guy, he's off by himself, guarding the door to the customs house. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was the customs house.
And I've heard several different accounts, but my favorite one is when a bunch of teenage boys come up on him and start talking shit. And he's like, "Go the fuck away. I'm doing my job." And they're like, "Fuck you." And one of them goes and pokes him in the chest, and he butt smacks the fucking little prick and drops him on the ground. And then his buddies start trying to push in, and one of them runs off to the church and starts ringing the bell, like a fire to get other people's attention.
That was the fire alarm.
And then when he does that, all these people start showing up and being like, "What the fuck? What are you doing? Fuck this fucking stuff. Fuck you, man." And then the other soldiers hear the bell and they're coming up and they see their boy getting fucking just like pressed up against the door, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's Mickey McFlanagan." I didn't go look up his fucking name. All I got was he was Irish. And they go and they back him up, and they're trying to get the crowd to calm the fuck down. And they're throwing ice and snowballs and the oyster shells that if you chip them just right with a fucking razor blade.
They're sharp, yeah.
Right? So the soldiers are all fucking, calm, you get the fuck out of here, disperse, because there's some law, like the Riot Act or something, that if the officer gets there, tells the people to disperse, they have an hour to fuck off. Yeah. Or anything after that time period, it's arrested. Illegal.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long this went, so I don't know if that's what happened here. But it feels like this didn't take an hour. Right, so even if he did read that off,
because
shit progressed before the time limit was up. So can't use that as a legal excuse.
Trying to remember, all of this tension was still taking place in 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, it's
slush. It's what?
Oddly cold for March, isn't it?
Yeah, well, no, let's remember New England.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're further north than we are. But still, these soldiers are getting pressed up, and they're fucking. I've heard so many different versions of this. There's versions where the crowd is chanting, shoot us, you ain't got the ball,
Fire,
fuck
fire.
you pussies, you're not gonna fucking do it. I've also heard versions where the captain has turned around and been like, shoot the bastards and damn the consequences and stuff. So I like to kind of meet somewhere in the middle thinking, I'm like, well, I can agree that this probably started with a bunch of fucking teenagers running their dick lickers, because I was that teenager. I totally would. Me and my friend, me, you letting him fuck, we totally would have done this.
Yeah.
Rolled up on this poor guy and started making fun of him, like, oh, your uniform's gay, would have fucking, and then he would have started, and probably letting him would have punched him or something, right? Like, I could totally see this happening in real life. And then the kids are like, this adult, running and ringing the bell and bringing everybody, and then it escalates further from there, right? But the people they're already don't like these fucking soldiers anyway, so they're more than happy to pile on in with these kids and being like, screw these assholes, get the fuck out of here, I'm tired of you living in my attic, you prick.
All right. Yeah, because
we had to house them.
Yeah, we had
there was like a barracks, but there were too many of them, so like we had to quarter. That's why we did the no quarter act
thing. Quartering act. Yeah, the British forced us
because I don't want this asshole.
So we put it in the Constitution. Said no, you don't have to.
I got a whole squad of these dudes living in my fucking barn, and my pigs are cold. They want to go inside.
The ones that are left alive.
Yeah, the ones they didn't fucking kill and eat, pricks. Because shit like that would happen.
Yeah. They'd be nice at first and not do it until they got hungry.
I've all the reports do seem to agree on this, that somebody threw either a chunk of ice or a rock and hit one of these guys in the head and he goes down. And then shortly after that, somebody shoots.
And the rest of them
rack off their rounds. And then 5 people are dead and wounded.
Smoke clears. 5
and dead. What I think happened here is somebody threw that rock, hit dude in the head, he goes down, his buddy standing next to him is like, fuck you, and shoots who he thinks
got him
through the rock.
And then that
kicked off the rest of them. But we got 5 dead bodies, 3 dead bodies, 2 wounded. One of them is I can never remember his name. Crispus Attucks, yeah.
But also we should name the other names too.
I don't know him. Do you know him? All I know is the black guy.
That's all the names that we got. Because
I have a week to research this shit, man.
He had some sort of connection.
Excuse me if I forget the names. I can't. The sources I was looking at, they couldn't even agree on whether he was a freedman, or an escaped slave.
No, he was a freedman.
I have multiple other sources who say he's an escaped slave who changed his name. So, either way, that's just semantics. My opinion, even if he was a runaway slave, freed himself, good on him.
Right. Anyway,
it still counts.
But at that point, he had a job, an apartment.
Yeah, and by all accounts, was a well-respected guy in the community. Because people were. It wasn't like oh, that black guy got killed.
No,
it was like they killed Christmas, you bastards, and they made the engraving that Paul Revere stole. I can't remember the original artist, but the original artist drew the painting and then gave it to Paul Revere to be like, hey, can you make me copies of this? And he's like, got you, brother. And then like a week before that guy released the painting, he fucking was already shelling them out. And I was like, you dirty motherfucker, I love it. Some gangster shit from Paul Revere. He's like, yeah, man, I'll totally make you some copies. Did you get a patent on this or a trademark? No, man. You might want to think about that. All right, I'll see you next week, man. And then he just pounds out just cranks them out and starts selling them to people. But we've all seen the picture of the poor bastard getting shot in the chest and being all.
Yeah, and the painting has him dressed basically just as nice as George Washington and Benjamin
he's wearing one of those tailed coat things.
Those are called claw hammers.
Oh, nice.
Which makes sense because the claw hammer kind of has that look to it.
Yeah.
Only if it was dead, of course.
So one of the first people killed the first two people killed in the America's fight for freedom were an 11-year-old kid and a black guy. So, kids and black people are just as important as everybody else in this country.
Of course. Maybe edit that hard out, editing.
No, it's from a good place. It's from a good place. They know.
Let's hope. Sure.
It's from a place of love. But I've actually seen like engravings of it where they made him not as black. They lightened him up.
Wow. Okay.
And shit, and yeah, and I'm like, were they trying to hide the fact that it was a black guy? But then, like especially like during like when the Civil War was happening and stuff, they started reprinting it with him being just like fucking burnt match black. Like, no, he is the blackest of men. So again, I want to meet somewhere in the middle. He's a nice chocolate colored, right?
Yeah,
in real life, but the man's a fucking hero.
Yes,
because he was one of the people leading the adults to the aid of the poor lads who were getting the fuck beat out of. Should we talk about the Gazette's fucking article on this?
Yeah,
the Boston Gazette.
Yeah, go ahead, because they kind of
they
bury the British.
Yeah, they do. Holy shit, they make them seem like a marauding band of barbarians. They're like, and these poor lads were going down an alley, and they were met by a man with a sword and a cudgel, and the man with the cudgel beat the one boy about the shoulder, and as his friends went to save him, the man with the sword thrust at them. And I was like, oh, none of that happened. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But to be fair, you'll read like the British Loyalist pamphlet later. It's like, no, the men were the epitome of British discipline and all this other shit.
I'm like, a marauding peasants.
Yeah,
acting like heathen hordes.
Yeah, it was ragged hordes of drunkards and sailors and black guys and stuff. And they played the race card. Oh, they were like, no, there's a bunch of black guys and sailors and teenagers. It's like, ooh, this scum were attacking our brave British boys. So again, that's why I like to be like, it's probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of sucks here.
Which happens.
That's why it's called a tragedy. Yeah. Everyone sucks. It's how tragedies happen.
Right. Really, boy?
Are you okay? Jeez, what was that?
Just wants loving.
Hi. We're doing a show. Say hi to the camera.
Alrighty.
No, we gotta do the trial, man, because these guys
they have a trial.
These guys don't just fire their shots and everybody runs away, and that's the end of it.
Quick timeout.
All right. What the fuck were we talking about? The trial.
Yes, I was about to say John Adams is
the trial of the 8 people convicted of the death of the 5.
The trial of the century.
At this point,
yeah,
you bet it fucking is. This is all anybody is talking about.
I'm being dead serious.
All up and down the colonies, like all of the newspapers are talking about the Boston Massacre, as they've dubbed it. But the 8 soldiers and the captain, they are on trial for this, and everybody's like, let them fucking hang, except for one guy. He's a very important guy. We all know him. He was a president. John Adams. Is he related to Samuel Adams?
I think Samuel. I thought Sam. No, I don't know.
Are they cousins or something?
I have no idea.
I don't either. We have a lot of Adamses.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but John Adams, prominent defense lawyer for Boston, outspoken against all of the tax stuff that's been happening. Like, he's one of the revolutionary people, right?
Right.
And even this guy was like, everybody deserves a fair trial, man. If nobody's gonna come, I'll do it. This bullshit. Innocent till proven guilty, right? Like, wasn't he one of the people that pushed for that in the Constitution? Probably. He probably is, since he's all about this shit. But the trial goes on. First, they're going to try and get the captain, right? And people are like, oh, he told him to fire. And one guy was like, I heard him. I was right next to him. I heard him to say, shoot the bastards and damn the consequences or something like that.
And then he
turns around. He's like,
he rebutted with, why would I give that order when I'm standing in front of my own troops? Because he was at the front.
He was in the front. They're like in a little wedge, right? And he's standing in front of all these guns.
Like an officer should be.
And he's like, no, if I was going to tell him to shoot, my ass would have been behind him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and, the jury's like, I mean, that's logic kind of tracks, right? Especially when one witness came up and was like, no, I was literally talking to him when the shot went off. I had my hand on his shoulder and I asked him, you're not going to shoot anybody, are you? And he turned and looked at me and went, no, of course not. And then bang. So it's really unfortunately timed.
It was a terrible
But it proves that like he didn't give any order for shit. He was just as surprised as everybody else that shooting was happening. And he was another Irishman. This was like a whole Irish regiment too. Because in the thing I heard, like they kept putting an Irish accent on him for no fucking reason. The guy who was talking, he was like, when you like read the what he said, he's like, "You rascals, what have you done?" I'm like, "Why are you? You can just read it. You don't have to put a brogue on it. You don't have to try and hooly to it.
You need to remind
You can just say it. I get that he's Irish." But he gets acquitted, and I think it's transferred to New Jersey, which I feel is kind of punishment enough, right? He had to go live in Jersey. And this is like 1770s Jersey, so it's like a shithole swamp. There's like nothing there.
So
I love you, Jersey. I'm totally kidding.
This apartment is perfect.
There's a lot of mafia in Jersey. We may not want to piss them off. So smile and wave. Hi, Jersey.
This apartment is perfect. What's wrong with it? Well, we are technically in New Jersey.
No. Making fucking Futurama references. But now we got to deal with the other 8 assholes, right?
Yeah, because the officer, they acquitted him of giving the order. However, they did fire the shot.
We do have 5 dead people. Right? Like somebody shot somebody.
Yeah.
But 6 of them get acquitted. John Adams defends these guys too, and he makes his speeches about you can't prove that any of these guys
deliberately aimed.
And the jury's like, all right, cool, but these 2 assholes, these other 2 dicks,
we had to have a scapegoat.
We got a lot of people who were like, no, I saw that son of a bitch shoot God damn it,
Crispus Attucks.
That is such a weird name. I keep wanting to call him Crispin Glover, and I know that is wrong. They're 2 very different fucking people. Yeah. Crispus Attucks, but they're like, I saw him shoot that motherfucker. So these 2 guys get acquitted of manslaughter. Still not murder, but it's, again, still 1770. The punishment is still death. So it's like, what's the fucking difference?
Really? It was?
Yeah, it's still, it's just your death was easier, I guess. Or they maybe just take you out back and shoot you for manslaughter instead of hang you. I don't know. Oh. But the punishment was still death. But these guys, there was a law. It was, what was it called? Benefit of the clergy.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's basically
where they can be like, hey, we work for God or something, and
oh yeah,
and we get a pass.
They essentially they took up the cloth. They joined.
Yeah, they joined the priesthood.
They became a priest. Yeah,
no, they did. They stayed in the army, but it just by this point had become a thing. A get out of jail free card. There's like, look, if you take this deal, we'll brand your thumb with an M, and if you fucking do it again, we'll know. And you won't have this option to get out again because we see the thing and we'll kill you next time. But they just went back to being in the army with an M on their thumb, which, I mean, actually kind of metal, really.
Also, it's kind of like qualified immunity, but you only get it once.
Just one time.
You gotta be fucking
the literal
careful.
Monopoly get out of jail free card. And everything calms down and everything's peaceful, right? We're not that's the end of it. Nothing bad happens after that.
Yeah, for the most part, the people got their essentially the mob got its pound of flesh and decided enough was enough. Everybody went back to their lives. Remember, 6 inches of snow.
Until like a year later, when it's like,
One
fuck
if by
this
land,
tea.
two if by sea.
Fuck this. That's like 5 years later. Like I'm talking the Boston Tea Party shortly after this, where it's like, fuck this tea.
Yeah. Also, huge misconception. I'm going to clear the air on that one. It was not bricks of tea like I thought. It was loose leaf tea that they actually.
There ain't no goddamn way because there ain't no way because the way the East India Tea Company shipped their tea from East India was in bricks.
From India, yes, but
which is where those ships went. They went over to us.
Those ships actually came direct from England because they've been in a storehouse for a while. Those ships were loose leaf tea that was shipped directly to Britain as loose leaf tea.
Bullshit! I don't believe
because it got a higher thing.
I don't believe it.
The compressed brick, but it had sat in a warehouse for a while, not selling. So that was the stuff that got sent over to try and kind of. Like, essentially, Britain was trying to...
We'll give you cheap tea if you'll shut up.
Yeah, and then it was like, nah, too little, too fucking late.
Wonder why we started drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Everything's
fine here.
We'll argue more about brick versus loose when we do the actual Boston Tea Party, which is in the pot. But as of now, I'm done. You got anything else you want to throw in? Any other tidbits?
This is one of those, as with a lot of tragedies in history, this could have all been prevented if the people in charge had been a little bit more competent or cool-headed.
That's one opinion. I feel like it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Why not now? I'm actually a little surprised it didn't happen with the big brawl. Because, like, there were broken bones.
I'm kind of shocked.
I'm surprised somebody didn't pull a knife or a sword or pistol, something. Yeah. I'm surprised that the brawl... like the week before wasn't the Boston Massacre.
I'm kind of surprised.
And it wasn't way worse.
I'm kind of surprised the kid dying wasn't the beginning of it, and then retaliation.
That was still like a Bostonian. He was just one of the people who wasn't gonna side with the people who were like, fuck the import tax and the Townsend Act. And he was like, he was being a good loyal British citizen, being like, no, I'll just pay the tax.
Okay.
And the kids were like, fuck you, old man. And he's like, leave me alone, I'm old. And then they like chased him back to his house, and he was like, you goddamn kids. And bang, I mean, I've had fucking birdshot shot at me. But yeah, the kid died, unfortunately, because he was
point blank with it. Yeah.
I want to hope that the old man wasn't like just pointing it in the kid's face and then pulled the trigger.
Probably wasn't.
Because this is 1700 shotgun. It's a blunderbuss. It's gonna go whoosh.
Anyway,
leaving black soot all over the guy's face.
Anyway, let's go ahead and plug our other stuff. Let's go ahead and end this episode.
Are we done?
I think we're about done.
All right, we're done. Tell them to like stuff.
Oh yeah, you're about done for you. You're done.
Do the stuff.
Yeah. Bo is roasted.
Say the line, Bart.
All right, Bart's saying the line. Hush, hush. Give me the open mic. All right. Be sure to join us next time on Kentucky Fried Chronology, where we will, here at the end, here in a few minutes, find out our subject for next week. But until then, be sure to like, favorite, and go and check out Bo's other channel, where him and his Kentucky Fried Critics, where him and his cousin Shane watch movies and drink beer. Do that all the time.
I do too.
And most of the time they have a good time. And I think, what was this what wasn't
Caddyshack?
It was Caddyshack. Yeah, you guys finally got around to that classic.
Some Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, I tell you, no respect at all.
None at all.
Last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a fishhook in it.
Hey. But until next week, let's find out what our topic will be.
What are we doing?
I think you get to draw this time, don't you?
Oh, does it really matter? Give me something good. Oh, I got Arctic Explorers.
Neat.
I'm trying to find that Northwest Passage, right?
Probably, or just
like Shackle. No, that was
Ernest Shackelford.
Was that south? That was Antarctica, wasn't it? Shackelford.
We'll find out next week.
We'll figure it out because I'm going to do more research. But
Because
join us
that one's more of a
for famous Arctic explorers
next week on Kentucky Fried Chronology.
We're going to learn something.
And cut.
Oh, fuck, buddy. We're drunk.
You are screwed.
Oh, you spill my drink.
You are sloth.
Cut it. Push the button.